Hello everyone. Well, I just want to share something that God showed Pauline only yesterday, and I think you're going to be really interested in hearing what God said to her. It's a nice sunny day here in Scotland, and I just wanted to share this short message, this short video with you, because it ties in with the message that I shared yesterday. And if you haven't seen that already, I really recommend that you watch that, because it's what I felt God was saying about all that's going on with Russia and Ukraine and the season, the spiritual season that we're in right now. And it's really important to know that as God's people, so that we can act and we can build and we can live accordingly to the season that we are in. But I want to share what Pauline shared because of a couple of things. One, because she didn't know that I was talking about war yesterday when I shared it in our service together. She didn't know what I was speaking on, and God gave her almost a similar word. So that was the first confirmation. The second is that when I was with the Lord on Saturday evening, He showed me this really specific picture about the season that I'm in, and the kind of style and method that He wants me to operate in. And it was a picture I wouldn't normally think about, quite a unique, abstract image. And He said something specific, and it was to do with the prophetic and about walking with Him and seeing things. But the next day, we were in the service, and Pauline didn't know anything about what God had shared with me or showed me. And He started giving her prophetic words for everyone in that service. And she said to me, I see this and I feel God saying that. And it was exactly to the same words and the same image as I'd seen the night before. So it was a wonderful confirmation. So when Pauline started talking about war and what God was saying, my ears pricked up, and I was like, okay, I want to hear what you have to say on this. Because I feel that we are in a season of war and rumours of wars. And we have to understand that, so we're not taken by surprise or alarmed. And that's what I shared on the video yesterday. And I do recommend having a look at that if you've got time and you can. And then Pauline said in the service yesterday, after I'd shared this word, she said, well, actually, it's really interesting because I was sitting with the Lord just this morning, she said yesterday. And he shared this word with me, and I wrote it down. And this is what He said to her. He said, you're safe and your family is safe. Do not fear. World War III will not begin this year. There will be wars and rumours of wars, but it's just all part of the birth pains. The end is not yet. You will be safe in me. Keep close to me, keep the joy and the song, and do not let fear get in. And that was so relevant, and it was such a great confirmation as to what I'd said yesterday, which Pauline didn't know I was sharing, as I say. But what I was saying in the message essentially was that we're seeing preludes to the birth that's going to come in the tribulation period. We're seeing preludes. When a woman goes into labour, and I don't want to sound like I know what I'm talking about, because I don't, I'm a man, but I do know that the birth pains are a foretaste of what the woman experiences in childbirth. But it's spread out. The pain intervals are spread out. And it's like a glimpse, it's a foretaste of what is going to come when the woman goes into real labour and she's given birth to the baby. And it's just bang, 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 wave after wave. The birth pangs have space in between them. And this is what we're seeing. But we're seeing signs of the birth. And wars and rumours of wars are signs of that. They are all part of the birth pains. So don't be surprised. Jesus said in Matthew 24, the disciples came up to Jesus and they said, listen, give us the sign of when you're coming back. Give us the signs of the end so we know, so we can be prepared. And He said, there'll be deception. And He said there'll be wars and rumours of wars, but don't be alarmed. He said nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there'll be famines, earthquakes, and more. And you'll be handed over and there'll be persecution. And guys, we're seeing all of that right now. We haven't seen the desolation that causes, the abomination that causes desolation, because that's right at the end when the Antichrist goes into the third temple. But we're seeing everything else, and it's all the birth pains. That tells us we don't have to fear, because we're not right at the end. There is still time. There's not a lot of time, but there is still time. There's time for you and I to build today. There's time for us to build the kingdom, to preach the gospel, to live the life that Christ is calling us to live today. A victorious life, one that's overcoming. I'm not saying you're not going to have troubles or problems, because we all do, but you can overcome it. And God is with us at this time to get through it all to the other side. I hope that's encouraged someone. I hope that explains it in a bit more depth. And I hope it reassures you that whatever happens between Russia, Ukraine, Europe and Russia, America and Russia, China and America, whoever, that it's not going to be World War III this year. That we're in a season where we can rebuild the ruins. We can get into what God's called us. We can travel. I believe we're going to be released to travel and even move and be replanted for the rebuilding of his kingdom here and now. Be encouraged, be uplifted, and bless you guys. Listen, if you haven't already, do subscribe, because I know a lot of you come on, you watch this video and you're probably blessed by it, but you're not a regular subscriber. Do subscribe so you don't miss any of these prophetic words that are being released, because we just want to keep you encouraged and we want to keep you built up in him. Bless you guys. Thanks for watching again, and I'll speak to you soon.